I was introduced to IA from Greg, and it was a introduction through my husband. They met at the Schaumburg Chamber, the SBA, and I was currently in a scenario where I was having some issues with my QuickBooks and just kind of navigating as a small business owner. That's just a piece that I'm not super familiar with. I mean, I was doing my best, but there was quite a bit missing there. So I was connected originally with Brenda, and then through Brenda with Mitch and Bima, and just really had a wonderful experience with all of them. They are very knowledgeable. They helped me kind of navigate how to actually, a lot of it, they just kind of took over. They were like, we're just going to fix this for you. And that just felt so good to know that I had somebody on my team and, someone to help out and just make sure that everything was being categorized correctly, because that is a very scary thing when it comes to like taxes and the government stuff, and just to make sure that I'm in alignment and doing things correctly. I, as a business owner, have grown exponentially over the last few years, and it just kind of had a mind of its own when it came to that. So it was just the matter of trying to stay up to date and organized there, because I feel like the sooner you're able to connect to that, the better. And they were very, very helpful and welcoming, and more, not once did they make me feel like I was, which is exactly what I was, but like ignorant to it and confused and not knowing what was going on. They just were very understanding and said, you're not alone in this venture, but we've got you, we've got your back, we'll get you handled. And it happened so quickly and efficiently too, that it just was just a sense of relief knowing that there was people on my side and to help support me through that journey, and willing to teach me too, which I think was really great.
Is that something they also did, was take a teaching position towards some of the solutions they had for you?
Some of it, honestly, like, even though it's my business, it's none of my business, if that makes sense. It's like the, alerts that come up on my car. I'm like, why doesn't my car just text my husband this information? This is none of my business. So even though it is my business, it just wasn't something that I feel like I would have been able to fix, nor if it were, like, I don't even know that it would happen again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a miscategorization, or something was mislabeled or done incorrectly from the get, and they just did a quick workaround to figure things out. But for example, like, there was something when I was working with Mitch a couple weeks ago, he was like, there's a line item on your balance sheet or your P&L. He was kind of going through while we were all talking, and he's like, this doesn't make sense. I don't know what's happening here. So it was resolved. I don't really he went in and he fixed it, and it was just kind of like, okay, great. Now it's in order and things are working the way they're supposed to. But, navigating, categorizing stuff, like, what should I categorize this so I don't get in trouble? How should I categorize this? So that's the learning piece that I'm talking about, as far as running a business, making sure that as money's being transferred from one account to another, that I'm doing that correctly, just so they don't have to go back and redo all of the things then when they're reconciling and all of those things. I'm doing it correctly up front.
Well, good. Is there anything you want me to pass on to the team?
Honestly, you've done a great job at your hiring process. Greg is incredible. She's just such a phenomenal presence, and she's very welcoming and warming. She remembered me out the gate from the moment that I met her one time. And after that, it's almost like we're friends at this point. She is a lovely hire. And then my interactions with Brenda, with Mitch, with Bima have all been just so wonderful, and they're very quick to respond. So I think my biggest feedback, or anything that I think you would need to know, is you've got a wonderful team. They deserve the world. And do all that you can to hold on to them, because they're really phenomenal people. I'm in the business of working with others, and I'm in the business of social relations, and I understand how easy it is to be kind and be, honors people's struggles and understand and show up with sympathy and empathy when it comes to working with people, and not get frustrated super easily. And that, to me, means the world when someone then approaches me with the same energy, and that makes me want to work with someone even more in that scenario. So I appreciate all that you do, and I appreciate your business, and I appreciate your company and the people that you've hired, and I appreciate the time that they've dedicated to me. And even when I took a break for a minute and then had a change in my business to where they were boom, right back on it, willing to jump on a call with me, willing to help me out and support me. And that is invaluable. Like, knowing that I have that support and that they're there, that to me is invaluable. Even if there was another business that came along that maybe had a better deal or what, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, you're my people, you're my team, you're who I work with. And that's just because of how you made me feel up front, how your team made me feel up front. And I respect that. So
thank you. As you know from having relationship, especially with Greg, that people are the foundation of just about everything we do here. And my role is very people-centric. I spend more time with people than I do with process technology or even the tactical things that you and the team have done together. And so I can't tell you how much I appreciate that feedback, because our company wouldn't have survived without the people that were in it. And I am proud to say we have always had amazing people. Some of them aren't here like Brenda, but she was part of who we are today, and she always will be part of who we are today. And I love to hear that she left such a positive impression even after she left. And that's been a common theme, which I don't take it for granted. And I think that shows that we don't. And I appreciate you sharing that.
Of course. I mean, my studio is built on community. Like, yes, I offer services, but why people stay and why my retention rate is so high and my conversion rate is so high is because of how they feel when they walk in the door. So for me, that's just something that I've always been a big part of. And I am drawn to the people that share that type of relationship building. And it's not just about like the networking piece and going to the social events and like all of those things. I feel like it's just when it comes down to the nuts and bolts in it, just making sure that someone feels welcome, that they feel at home, that they feel I don't feel judgment from anybody when I don't ever feel like I ask, and I know a lot of them are probably dumb questions, but I don't ever feel like I ask a dumb question, because they're like, nope, we got you. Like, here's how we do it. This is what's going on. Yeah, absolutely. We'll I feel I'm very grateful for that, and I respect it. And I feel like, because I do it as well, I see it very quickly. So you've done a great job. So you should be very proud. I know you're proud, but you should be very, you should be very proud of that.
Well, thank you. I sure appreciate you. Thank you for sharing so much.
Of course. I'm sure I'll be talking with your team soon.